I caught my boss stealing from me. So last year, I was working at this small but super busy coffee shop in downtown. It was one of those spots that has regulars, a tight-knit crew, and just enough chaos to make every shift interesting. I'd been there for about a year and was considered one of the more senior baristas, which basically just meant I got to train newbies and close the register. Now, our manager, let's call her Denise, was one of those people who was always just a little too into everyone's business. Like she'd remember if you took a 12-minute break instead of 10, or if you put oat milk in your drink without ringing it up. Micromanaging queen. But she was also really nice when the owner was around. Too nice. Anyway, for months I kept feeling like my drawer was short during my closing shifts. Nothing huge, like $5 here, $10 there. I chalked it up to small mistakes. Maybe a miscount? Maybe someone didn't ring something up right. But it kept happening, like clockwork, every Friday. So one night I decided to count the drawer before I left to the back to clean, which I never normally did. I counted it, it matched, and I noted it down on my phone just in case. About 15 minutes later, Denise showed up unexpectedly, said she was just checking in. Weird, but okay. She hung around for a bit, chatted, then said she'd close up the register for me so I could mop and leave early. Nice gesture, but again, weird. The next morning, I came in for my Saturday shift and boom, there's a note that the drawer was short by $12, and this keeps happening. Except I knew it wasn't. So the following Friday, I left my phone recording under the register. Not super ethical, I know, but I had to know. When I watched it later, I actually saw her take a $10 bill and a $5 bill, stick them into her little planner notebook, and write a lower total on the log sheet. I sat there for like 10 minutes just staring at the screen. My boss was literally stealing money from the drawer and blaming me for it. I didn't confront her directly. I went to the owner, super chill guy who really cared about the shop, and showed him everything. He looked so pissed but thanked me for bringing it to him. By Monday, Denise was no longer with the company. I never saw her again. And the craziest part? The other barista who always worked Fridays told me later that he'd been noticing short drawers too. Turns out she'd been doing this for months, probably longer, and just skimming from everyone's drawer in small enough amounts to avoid suspicion. TLDR. My micromanaging boss was stealing from the register and blaming the staff. Caught her on video. She got fired. Don't trust anyone who's too eager to close up for you.